is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Nick in Tampa. Hey, Nick, what's going on?
Tom O'Brien, it is an absolute pleasure.
Thanks so much, man. We appreciate you calling.
No problem. Dude, I've been listening to your show for about 2 years now, and it has just been wonderful. I listen to you, Basil, Andy. You guys do an amazing job.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. We're kicking into the Memorial Day weekend. Summer is here, baby. Love is kind and just. When you're in love, a smile is always on your face. You feel good about yourself, and because you're happy, you are kind. Love is also just. When you make a mistake, you pay only once for that mistake. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 75, NASDAQ up 50, S&P's up 13, gold contract up $2.40, trading at $12.55 an ounce. Silver up 18 cents, $17.13 an ounce. Platinum flat at $9.48 an ounce. Copper up a penny and a half, $2.59 a pound. Light sweet crude getting toasted and roasted, down $2.63, $48.73 a barrel. Bottom line, folks, is that you had all the bullish news come out on oil, couldn't move higher. They sold it down. They sold it down hard. Notes: 10-year note up 4 ticks, 126.06. 30-year bond up 10 ticks, 153.27. Now, notes and bonds, they rejected lower price again yesterday, moving higher. Bottom line, notes and bonds, higher price, lower yields coming at us. King dollar up 13 ticks, trading 97.160. The euro is 112 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is 111.76 to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? You're at an all-time high. You've done 43 million shares. Bottom line is that you got over the March high, 149 million. You got over the high that was generated out here on the 16th with 51 million. You're at 43. Higher price, you can go higher. Volume is anemic. No two ways about that. Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow Industrials. Dow Industrials up 77 bucks. You're at 21,090. That got you over the highs that were generated out here since April. 2170 was the highest there. It's the 21,169. That's game now. You're about 70 points away from it. Composite, NASDAQ Composite, also at highs. NASDAQ Composite up 50 bucks right now. You're at 62.13. It's pulling away from just about everything. NDX 100 also at highs. NDX 100 up 58 points, just about 1% at 57.88. And if you go over to good old Amazon, this is pretty wild, folks. AMZN, you take a look at it, this baby, right on the nose, $999. It's like, can you give me that $1,000 number? Bottom line, we'll see whether we can get that $1,000 number before we get into the close out here today, but $999 thus far. Gold contract, what do we have with gold? Gold contract trading up a couple bucks out here. It's been really a flat day. What has happened, though, is this, is that you're still pushing on the swing point with volume. We've done 183,000 contracts. That's pushing into the swing and to get some decent volume. So tomorrow is going to be a big day because why? Number one, Fridays are always a big day in the metals market in general. In this particular case, we're coming into a 3-day weekend. Gold will trade Sunday night across the world, of course, but bottom line is that it's still going to make a difference where we are coming into that weekend. Silver also had not only caught a bid, the bid is staying right there on silver. Silver is trading $17.14. That little baby also is trying to get up into, as long as it stays above the $17 area, that's the higher range. So we'll see where the baby shakes out. Now, notes and bonds, just pretty amazing. There's no doubt been the most consistent out here, meaning, fundamentally, if you look at the structure, meaning the Fed saying they're going to go up a few more times, they're going to reduce the balance sheet. It's like you look and say, okay, well, bonds should be going down on price, up in yield. Well, it's not happening. You talk about volume coming in the note and bond market. It's there. We've done 2 million contracts today. So you are pushing into the swing high of 126.20. We hit 126.08 today. We've done 2 million contracts. That high only has 1.4 million. So you can make two different things happen here. You can make the case that, you get sellers up there. But when you are pushing into highs like this, it's like that baby wants to bust topside. You bust topside if we get the volume behind the move, which we have thus far. On the daily, when you put this on the weekly, you'll also have the volume. That baby's saying it wants to go up to 128. The 10-year yield right now is 2.25. 30-year bond, same type of setup inside the 30-year. 30-year bond has done 358,000 contracts today. That's big contract volume. We are at a price point of 153.27. You're into the bar of the high. The low of that high is 153.15, and you're pushing with volume. That baby wants to get up into the 155.16, and if you bust that with volume, you're talking about a 158. King dollar. What do we have with King dollar? King dollar is just laying down at these lows, folks. King dollar's having a hard time catching any kind of a counter trend bounce whatsoever. We are at the lows out here. 97,160, the low is 96,700. Bottom line is that there's not much here. And it looks like good old King dollar basically is going to be building cause, but it's going to be a sideways of building cause for lower price. And that is really dangerous. Because if you can't even get a counter trend bounce going, you start building cause for a downward leg. That 95 is wide open game on King dollar. On the shorter term, on the larger term, folks, whether it's a couple months, 91 is game inside King dollar. When it couldn't bust higher, this baby is already halfway into the consolidation. The top of that consolidation was 100.600. The bottom of it is 91.880. We're at 97.155. And bottom line is that thing wants to get down into lower price. We'll see how we get down there. Thus far, what has happened is that we've got down there, and as we've been coming down in price, you've been coming down with volume. Now, small caps. What's intriguing here is the small caps have failed on price, failed on volume today, when all the rest of the indices are up at highs. The IWM traded to a high of 138.61. It's giving it up. You're at 137.71. We'll see whether we get a close under the 138.03. That'd be bearish. If you get a close under 137.62, it'd be a lot more bearish because, well, let's see, 137.62. What that is the low of the day of June and of May 16th. That's where it gapped down from. You're talking about that gap down. Had 50 million shares. We're up in 15 million right now. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Dow Industrials are up 77. NASDAQ is up 50. S&Ps are up 13.5. We'll be right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 78. Nasdaq's up 48. S&Ps are up 13. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Andy Hecht, as we do each Tuesday and Thursday. And don't forget, folks, Andy's got a great show right here at TFNN every Tuesday, Thursday, 5 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. And no matter where you are, folks, you can get that right on your cell phone. You go to TFNN.com. On the right-hand side, just hit Tiger TV. Going to get some great HD quality video as well as audio. Andy Hecht, what's going on?
Hey, how are you? Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Happy Memorial Day weekend, man.
Can't believe the summer's here. Start of driving season, start of grilling season.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And evidently, we're going to be paying less money for gasoline and oil, man. They're taking apart this oil market, huh?
Well, they are. They actually are taking it apart. But I got to tell you, I still think $50 is that sweet spot price, and we'll be back there sooner rather than later. The OPEC ministers, I mean, this is a case of a classic case of buy the rumor, sell the news.
Yeah.
You know, the market was looking for more than a 9-month extension, obviously. They were looking for some deeper cuts, or they were looking for an extension through 2018. They didn't get what they wanted. So you're seeing a lot of bailing out here. But I'm seeing some things that are telling me, you know what, don't get too bearish too quickly here. The gasoline crack spread is up about 65 cents today, meaning that gasoline's outperforming. And heating oil is also outperforming. That's up about 30 cents on that crack spread. I mean, can crude oil go back down and test $44? Absolutely. But I do believe that, you know, the vested interest of the 3 countries that really determine the price of crude, and those 3 countries now are Russia, the Saudis, and the United States of America, are to keep the price at $50 so the shale can flow, the Aramco IPO can go forward, and Russia could get their petrodollars. So I really don't think we're going to fall back down below $40 a barrel here, even though today it feels like it's falling off the edge of a cliff.
Yeah, I guess, you know, I fundamentally, I totally, you know, understand what you're saying and agree with you. Technically, you know, this is coming into right where they slammed it before. You know, March,
it looks terrible.
March 8th, they slammed it from 54 to 51. May 19th, 53 to 50. Man, as soon as it got up here, man, they just slammed it. It's pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, boom. Well, you know, they had listen, they were waiting. They want to, this makes the OPEC ministers look stupid. So in a way, the Russians and the Americans kind of like this.
Yeah, we know how big the oil market is, so we'll see whether they can control it for these few months to get that Aramco IPO out.
I believe me, I think that the discussions in Riyadh between the president and the king of Saudi Arabia must have touched on that. I think that certainly Mr. Putin is very much involved in oil policy, twisting arms and such to get them to extend 3 months. That's like herding cats with those boys in Vienna.
But do you actually think that those countries, right? So. Can actually control the price of oil right now?
Well, I think in a way, yes. I think what I'm seeing in market structure is that the forward curve is moving around a lot in crude oil.
Okay.
So what we saw today is we saw contango, more important than even the move in the crude oil. We saw the 1-year spreads, the July spreads, go from 30-cent contango to like $2.40 contango, which means that the 1-year price of crude oil is still around $50 a barrel, even if this drops to 48.
Yeah.
And the shale producers will still be able to hedge at 50.
Okay.
And then, that will again depress the spread. The spreads get depressed. The specs come in and buy. You also have, gasoline and heating oil. Listen, they're both down hard. You got gasoline down 4.7 cents here. Yeah. You got heating oil down almost 6 cents. But look at the charts of those things. Those things came a long way.
Oh, they did. Oh, there's no doubt about that, man.
Right.
Yeah,
so exactly. So this is not like, just crushing. It's not like it's dropping from a low. It's dropping from a high.
Yeah. I mean, we even the gasoline contract, folks, has just gone from 145 on May 5th.
167.
Yeah. And then, but guess what? We just gave up 10 days and 6 hours, or actually 3 hours, because this thing really started about 3 hours ago.
Yeah, exactly. What goes up must come down. Speaking of that, look at Bitcoin.
Oh, I got to look at this again. I looked at it this morning. It was up at 2,700.
Yeah, it was up to 28. Now what is it, 25? Something like that.
Look at that. 27.98 it hit, folks.
Yeah, 27.98.
It's at 24.87 right now. Man, oh man.
Tom, $100 invested in Bitcoin, $100 in 2010 is worth like $4.5 million. I've thrown away $100 on a lot stupider stuff.
Yeah, slightly.
I know.
Sneezed it, right? I know, believe me.
Right. It's amazing.
Okay, so, hey, grilling season. And evidently, between lean hogs and cattle, they're the best movers today inside the commodity complex.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. But, hey, you know what? It's very interesting. Let's just harken back to the end of grilling season last year in October.
Yeah.
When these things fell beef was below $1 a pound. Hogs were down at 40 cents a pound.
Wow, and hogs
that was
80
the end.
cents a pound right now.
Right,
wow.
Right. And now, we're at the beginning. All right, we got to see how things go and how demand goes. And, these markets are getting a little goosed here. They feel a little toppish to me, but particularly the pork.
Okay.
But, hey, season of peak demand. That's why the prices
and so pork,
are going
folks, up. This has been a one-way move on pork. Pork was trading
since April.
Yeah, 69 cents April 21st,
And then, boom, 80 cents plus.
Yeah. Totally.
Those ribs are a lot more expensive. Hey, I bought a smoker, Tom.
Oh, did ya?
I bought like one of those smokers, and I smoked some ribs last weekend. Unfortunately, they're a lot. I wish it was 40 cents again. I have some in the freezer from when it was 40 cents.
Yeah, funny. So, do you know how to smoke things? Have you done this before?
Yeah,
is it going to be like?
I did it the first. I mean, it took me 8 hours to smoke St. Louis ribs, dry rub.
Okay.
Oh my God. They came out so good.
Did they? Okay, cool.
Oh, they came out so full. The meat falls off the bone. Beautiful thing.
Totally.
The other thing I wanted to talk to you about, I talked to Dave White when he was filling in on Tuesday, but I wanted to get your take on it. This Glencore takeover bid for Bunge, I think, is a big deal, Tom.
Yeah.
Big deal. So what I'm seeing here is, look, Bunge has huge inroads in the United States and Brazil.
Yeah.
And they are a massive processor of grains, particularly soybeans, corn,
Sure.
and they're also very big in the sugar market, turning sugar into ethanol down in Brazil. Glencore, Glencore cleaned up their balance sheet. That stock was at $1.95 in January 2016, and they sold off some assets.
Yeah.
They actually sold 49.9% of their agricultural business to 2 Canadian pension funds. And I got a little bit of a conspiracy theory going here for you. So here's what I think. Just have to fix my earplugs. The second place bidder for Glencore's agribusiness was none other than the Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund. Okay?
Yeah.
So now Glencore, and by the way, when they sold that, they raised money, and their agribusiness last year was valued at $6.25 billion. It's probably worth a little bit more now.
Yeah.
Let's continue that after the break, because this is an interesting one.
You stay right there, folks. Andy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials right now are up 71. Nasdaq's up 45. S&Ps are up 12.5. We're going to be right back, folks.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're talking to our man, Mr. Andy Heck. We are talking commodities. And, of course, don't forget, folks, you can get Andy right here 5 to 6 o'clock tonight, every Tuesday, every Thursday. Go right on your cell phone, TFNN.com, hit Tiger TV. So right now, you got Glencore. You know what's amazing about the Glencore deal, too, is that, he had always explained to us that was the biggest commodity, company in the world, basically, right? Then
Commodity merchant, biggest commodity merchant.
Yeah. Okay, so then they got toasted and roasted But bottom line is that they made it. They not only made it, as we're talking about here, is that they're on the rampage to basically even get to be a monster once again, right?
Yeah, well, they what they did was, when their stock went down and they were under so much pressure, they sold off, they cut expenses.
Yeah.
They cut personnel, and they cut some non-essential production, and they sold off some non-essential assets. They sold 49.9% of their agribusiness to Canadian pension funds, which raised them $3 to $4 billion. They sold the Las Bambas copper mine to the Chinese for $7 billion. So they basically got themselves back into good financial shape.
Right.
And now they're looking at taking over $11 billion Bunge.
Right.
And I got to tell you, I think that this merger will be accretive, meaning that the sum of the parts, the new company, the Glencore agribusiness, will be worth a lot more than the sum of their current agribusiness and Bunge's business, because Glencore has great relations in a lot of areas in the world, like in Russia for grain. Merchant thing and things like that in Australia and other places, but they're not really big in the United States, and they're not big in the Brazilian market. This will round out their
agri in general, because I'm got the numbers in front of me. So Bunge, they're $46 billion gross. Okay, $30 billion of that is agri, and I'm looking at Glencore, and they only have $22 billion.
Right. Oh,
so
and then
they're
let me tell
monsters in energy and metal and minerals.
Right. This is going to make them a monster in agriculture.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I love, and hey, if Glencore stock sells off, and it has been ticking lower, I mean, on a scale down basis, I love this. I love this company. I don't think it's the entry point here, because what the market, a lot of the analysts are going to say, oh, Glencore got themselves into trouble with Estrada. Now they're going to make another $11 billion purchase. Oh, I'm going to go negative on the stock. The stock will go down. When the stock goes down, it's a time to buy that stock.
Yeah. Well, Bunge.
They're smart. Smart cookies, man.
Bunge makes a lot of money, man. They make $4.67 a share. So.
Yeah.
And they're not paying a lot for this thing. Let's see. So I don't know what the exact price is, but even where this thing is trading right now, they're only paying like 23 times earnings.
Yeah, but also, Tom, face it. Agriculture is in the toilet. The whole business is bad, and Brazil is terrible. So they're buying this company at a time where the two major assets, their Brazilian business and their agribusiness, is really very depressed.
Yeah, and there's no doubt that the Brazilian deal, you never know what you're walking into, meaning how many people have got bribed inside Brazil. I mean, everyone that's done or doing business in Brazil right now, folks, this car wash scandal, it started out as the car wash scandal. That's what they call it. But bottom line is that, man, it's like they're finding out that,
this is for Glencore, it's a no-brainer. They're a Swiss-based company. Yeah. They're not subject to the Foreign Corrupt Business Practices Act. They'll take no heat. It's a perfect synergy for them. I think it's the news of the year in the agricultural market.
Wow.
So, we'll see how that shakes out. The other thing, natural gas today, 75 billion cubic foot injection. Yeah. Sent it down to the bottom end, close to the bottom end of its trading range, but it's still in that trading range. We get 65 BCF on average for the next 25 weeks. We're going to get a new record high in inventories, but the price doesn't seem to care. Natural gas, I could make a very bullish case and I could make a very bearish case for this thing, but it ain't moving right now. Yeah, it is going to move, though. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it looks like it wants to bust out the bottom. I mean, yeah.
It does. But you know what? Every time it looks like 2 weeks ago, it looked like it wanted to bust out the top.
Yeah, that's right.
I call it, this is whack-a-mole. It just whacks the longs and the shorts consistently, and they keep coming back for more pain. It's amazing.
Yeah.
The other interesting one today, cocoa. Well, yesterday, cocoa just absolutely tanked. Cocoa was working its way back up and starting to look okay. And, a problem in the Ivory Coast was resolved, and cocoa just, below $1,900 a ton again. Cheap chocolate.
Yeah, so let's see. So this will be interesting watching this, folks, because there are ETFs that trade with cocoa.
Yeah, NIB is the good one.
Yeah, because 1849 would be the highs of the lows here. And, so yesterday you had 33,000 contracts. Today you're only going to get 22. That's 37 at that 37,000. That'd be nice to get a test with that and a rejection.
Yeah, I mean, 1756 is going to be the big level there. The Ivorian cocoa production is huge this year, and that's weighing on price. That's tough. That's tough. So let's also look at gold, because I know everyone's interested in that. And gold is, I love gold. It's dead in the middle of its trading range. 1214 to 1297, 1255 midpoint. That's where it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just sitting there. I think it looks very, very strong. And I continue to think that Bitcoin is a harbinger for precious metals. The demand for Bitcoin is that it's I like to call it, it's kind of a drone. It's a financial drone, Bitcoin. It flies below the radar of governments and regulators and all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of illegitimate uses for Bitcoin, but there's also a lot of legitimate businesses that are using it in Japan and around the world.
Right.
Gold and silver, man, they have the same properties. But the thing is that you can put those in your back pocket. You can put them in your drawer. You can put them in a safe. You can hold them yourself. Bitcoin's a little bit more esoteric. You got to hold it in a computer wallet. You can hold it yourself. You don't need a broker. You could have a computer wallet, but hacking and all that kind of stuff. It's not like gold where you have that bar and you can store it away.
No, listen, I absolutely agree, because the amazing part, folks, is that Bitcoin was $1,000 in April 1st. You're at 23.83 live. You hit 27.98. So you hit. This is $400 off its high today.
This is tulip mania, baby.
Listen to this. Oh, I got to show this chart here. 1 second.
Yeah, it's wild.
Oh no, this is parabolic, no doubt. And
it's crazy.
That might be the end of the whole move.
You know what? I'd be so afraid to do anything in a market like that. That's just a crazy move. We've seen crazy moves like this before.
Yeah, we've just come
Bitcoin.
Down $400.
Yeah,
today.
Okay.
Today, folks.
The thing was 6 cents in 2010. It's crazy.
Yeah.
This is a crazy. But there is demand. There is building demand for this stuff, and this is it's an alternative currency. It really is. And I think a lot of this is that blockchain technology, the distributed ledger technology, is kind of validating Bitcoin in a way.
Well, the blockchain is a big deal. I mean, they're going to end up trading bonds and mortgages with blockchain technology, Huge.
Yeah.
Folks, 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock right here. Go to TFNN.com, hit Tiger TV. You're going to get a great show from a man, Mr. Andy Heck. Andy, thank you so much. Have a great one, a safe one.
Thanks, you too, Tom.
Look forward to the show at 5. Stay right there, folks. Coming right back.
Listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
With over $56 million in cash and over $66 million in working capital, Great Panther Silver is positioned as a company with a solid foundation and poised for growth. While completely unhedged to the price of silver, Great Panther retains 100% ownership in 2 producing mines in Mexico, which is the top silver-producing country in the world, along with future potential production in Peru. Great Panther is highly leveraged to the price of silver, and after a great year of performance in 2019, 2016, Great Panther Silver has a strong outlook for 2017 as well. With good liquidity in trading and strong fundamentals on the balance sheet while remaining completely unhedged to the price of gold and silver, now is a perfect time to take a closer look at this equity. If you'd like to find out more about Great Panther Silver, then go to greatpanther.com or check them out on the NYSE market, symbol GPL, or the TSX, symbol GPR. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now are up 73. You get the Nasdaq up 47. S&Ps are up 12.5. If we go over to the XLE, Andy and I, we were talking about the oil market. That's getting toasted and roasted. XLE is a big problem. Now, this hadn't been able to get out of its way, even with the price of oil going up. The XLE has gone from a price point in the last 6 months from 78 to 66. What we're doing now, in a market that has very light volume, this is actually going after its lowest swing point of $65.83 with volume. You know, we'll see whether this breaks down tomorrow. But if we break down tomorrow, this is a big ABC down. 71's your A, 65's your B, so you get another 6 points. That'll bring you down to 62. If we go over to the two largest weighting structures inside the XLE, take a look at ExxonMobil first. ExxonMobil down 60 cents, trading at a price point of 81.62. Well, your swing lows out here are 80.30. And this has been building cause for lower price for quite some time. It's pretty amazing that Exxon couldn't get out of its way. So we put this on a 2-week, rather a 2-year chart into the weeklies, and it's going to go after its lows. You know, this consolidation, we've been down in this consolidation since February, the week of February 10th. You break that baby, and this is a very large ABC down. Your A point is 93 on this. Your B is 80, so you get $13. Your C is approximately 83, so you're talking $70, and $70 does line up into the lows, not the lows 66 from 2015, but it's right into that bar, so pretty intense. Chevron, same type of setup. Chevron also is coming down with volume in a market that doesn't have any volume. The Chevron has 2 high volume lows. First one being April 19th at 103. Last 6 months, Chevron's down from 119. Second one that's laid out here is 103 also. So it's going to go after the 103 number. We put this on a weekly, same type of setup. So as we come into this weekend, what I suspect we're going to see out here tomorrow is this. This is the kickoff of summer. You know, realistically, the volume's going to contract even more. This market's at highs. I suspect it's going to stay at highs. It's going to be very hard for the market to sell off after you get a week of a decent market at highs. Most trading desks are going to be out of there by noon tomorrow. Volume will be anemic. Markets will go flat out. Then what you'll also have on Tuesday, folks, when you start off the summer, the Memorial Day holiday, as well as the 4th of July, not a lot of people come back to work that following Tuesday. You know, they might come back Wednesday, come back late Tuesday afternoon. So next Tuesday also will be a slower day. Let's go take a look at some of the higher volume stocks in this low volume market. Number one out here is Bank of America. That's down 9 cents. You get Ford off 11, Best Buy is a rocket ship today. It's up $11 to $61. They're selling some product. Advanced Micro is up 8 cents. You have Snap up $1.20 at $21.72. Micron Technology is up 49 cents. You get Facebook up $2. Apple's up 63 cents. If we go over to the Kingpin out here, we'll see if this Kingpin can get that $1,000 into the close. It doesn't look like it's going to get it. Right now, what you've had is that you get the Amazon hit $9.99. How's that? Let's go to our man Frank in Gloucester. Hey, Frank, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how you doing, Tommy? A little cool up here this spring.
Is it?
Yeah. Haven't seen much summer yet.
Oh, boy. We're going to send you up some good warm weather, man.
Bring it on.
Totally.
Hey, I just wanted to ask you to take a quick look at OXY and see if that's in the same...
Okay, let's take a look at it. You got Occidental. The low for the year is 57, the high 78. Trading at $60 right now. They come out with the numbers August 1st. Interesting. Okay, so this is taking heat all the way down to 73. This is a little bit different setup. It couldn't get the traction, but it hasn't been building cause as much. So let me pull this up at a weekly for a second. Oh, interesting. Okay, I see what this is done. Okay, so when we take a look at this, let's see. So this got trashed January of 2016, hits $58. Does volume the week of the 15th, 41 million. Actually, I'm going to put this on a weekly, Frank. Okay.
Sure.
I mean, a monthly. I'm going to put it on a monthly.
Monthly.
Okay, so there's the high volume spike, January, 138 million. You get to 58.21. You get to 57.20. So we tested it this month.
Yeah.
96 million versus 138. So this actually looks like it wants to bounce.
Yeah.
That's
why I own it.
Okay, and no, this is a different set. Now this is intriguing. It's definitely a different setup, though. It's and I mean, this thing looks to me like, okay, so it already come off the low. It's enough. Let's see. I mean, there's no way. Well, it shouldn't be able to do 100. Let's see. Yeah, it's not going to do 40 million shares by the end of the month. It shouldn't. I mean,
Right.
so you have the volume going with you. You get the rejection of lower price, and then it's like, okay, should make the run to 64.37. Now, where I'm going with that, you see that the low of November? That's where it looks like the first place it should go. Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, 64. Yeah, right into there. Yeah. This looks like, I mean, it's not getting killed today, and these other ones are. So,
Right.
And I guess, let's see, they explore, develop, produce crude oil, markets basic chemicals. Yeah, they're probably a little bit different anyway than Chevron and ExxonMobil, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Could you think of a stop on this?
Let's see. So we take a look at this. 59.64. Okay, so your high of the low is 59.64. Your low is 57.20, and you don't have to put it in that low. I mean, I would mess with just
par? Yeah,
just under that high of the low. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you take maybe 58, 54, 58, 44, somewhere in there, because if it gets into it, then it's like, okay, man, something's going on, right? Because it shouldn't get into it. The real cool thing today is it couldn't even get into the 59, 52 from May 18th. That's saying, okay, someone's, into this and buying some, let's go just see something. So what happens, folks, when you're coming off lows like that, you can pull up. Now, what you're not going to get is like when you pull up the 13 Fs on a company, on any company, it's still a lagging aspect, but I always like to see that, okay, who's actually stepping into it. And when you look at this, J.P. Morgan stepped in with another 7 million shares. They own 4.4% of it. They did that April 30th. That's a good indication, man. Who's this one here? Goldman. Look at this. Goldman just bought 938,000 yesterday.
Beat.
Yeah, 524. And that's unusual too. So they're in there buying it, man. It's a good indication. Cooking, brother. Hey, have a great Memorial Day, Frank. Stay right there, folks. Come right back. Dow Industrials up 68, Nasdaq's up 43, S&Ps are up 12.5. We're gonna be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go to Scott in Clearwater. Hey, Scott, what's going on?
How are you doing, bud?
Doing great, man. Yourself?
Good. I want to thank you for the workshop you did over at the Westin in Tampa.
Well, we appreciate you coming by.
Really enjoyed it. So anyway, I made the mistake of getting quit about a week ago or a week and a half ago, and geez, I thought it would be a safe play, but obviously not. And I got out of it because I was looking at it, and although I think the QQQ's way out of it, way up there on nothing, no volume basically. But, with window dressing coming up and all that, I just figured it's not worth sitting around in it. What do you think?
I think you're right. I mean, so the QID, folks, is the ProShare 200% inverse correlation of the Qs. The one, to be basically that has failed out here, and the only one's failed thus far is the small caps. And just as you said, the Qs, guess what? They're higher, and they can go higher. And coming into tomorrow, I don't expect they're going to be down because they get them pushed right now.
Yeah, I figure tomorrow's going to be a nothing day or an up day, and then I figure window dressing's right around the corner.
That's right. That's right.
So I'm not staying. I got out of it. So. All right, I just wanted to make sure I did the right thing.
No, yeah, and it's this if you're looking again, even next week, it's the small caps. It's pretty amazing. It blew my mind today. That the small caps could not hold price when the rest of the indices are at highs, and the IWM it's a 137.85. If you actually take a look at the actual indice, it's pretty amazing what the indice did, folks. Okay, meaning the future. So let's see. RTM7. This baby traded up to 13.92 today, and then gave it up. It's at 13.83. It's like, wow, man. I mean, they're just selling it. So, when you get a market at highs, and that's when I looked up. I said, it's amazing. They're just selling that baby down. And what does have to do with when that oil market got hit? There's a lot of small caps inside the oil business, and that's probably what that is. But yeah, the Qs, good old Amazon. I mean, that'll do the 1,000 tomorrow. Where it's up $14.50. You're at $9.99, and might as well blow over 1,000, right? That's the way it's looking. And
I noticed that this afternoon.
Yeah, and Google's at 970. There's no reason that Google can't go up $30 tomorrow too. It's gone up $70 in 5 days. So
crazy.
Yeah.
Thanks for all you do. I really appreciate it.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
All right, you too.
Thank you. Percentage-wise out here, this is what you have out here today, folks. You get the Dow up 0.3%, S&Ps are up 0.5, NASDAQ is up 0.7. The composite itself, it's basically it's away from the top of the high. The high out there was 61.70. You're at 62.07. The NDX 100, same type of setup. The NDX, the high of the NDX was 57.24. You are at 57.80. So coming into a holiday weekend like this, most times, no matter which way you are going, that's where you're going to basically go. And when there's a light a light trading day, they can push it, and I suspect they will push it up, go on vacation, that's it. And then as Scott just said, let me look at the calendar for a second, because when we do come back, you're going to be right in the middle of window dressing. And that makes a big deal, too, because the reality is that, let's see. Yeah, we come back to work Tuesday the 30th. That's it. We're in window dressing, period. And then the 1st and 2nd, window dressing's all next week. It's going to go right into the following June 5th. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming back with more numbers for you. Dow Industrials up 71, NASDAQ up 44, S&P's up 12, gold contract up $2.50, silver up 3 cents, notes and bonds still up. Higher price, lower yield. We're going to be right back, folks.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to our man Dave in Clearwater. Hey, Dave, Happy New Year. What's happening, man?
Happy New Year to you, my brother. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, man. How you been?
I am doing well, man. I'm doing well. Can I throw a quote out at you?
Sure.
In the market, somebody knows something. Someone always knows something. That statement was made by a great trader by the name of Tom O'Brien about 6-7 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
And it kind of hit me like a brick. You're right. Somebody always knows something.
Hey, Carlos, what's going on, brother?
I'm calling you back, Tom. This morning I had the pleasure to talk to you and your son, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to talk to you again.
Well, I think you made some money on this bond.
Oh, yes, Tom. Your newsletter helped me.
That's a beautiful thing. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Don't take anything personal. Your truth is personal to you. Your own opinions and point of view reflect your own agreements and are personal to you. It's no one's truth but yours. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials close up 70, NASDAQ up 42, S&P's up 11.5. Gold contract up 260, traded at $12.55 an ounce. Silver up 2 cents, $17.14 an ounce. Platinum flat, $9.49 an ounce. Copper up a penny at $2.59 a pound. Light sweet crude got toasted and roasted, down $2.73. $48.63 a barrel. That came off the highs with big volume, folks. XLE, that's going into its lows with volume. It looks like it wants to do an ABC structure on the way down. Bonds, the 10-year note up 3 ticks, 126.05. 30-year bond up 10 ticks, 153.27. Now, both notes and bonds, they just don't stop. They want the higher price, lower yield. King dollar just can't hold price. Down 7 ticks, no big deal there, except that it's laying right at its lows, 97.140. The euro is 112 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is at 111.81 to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? You're an all-time high. You're up over all the highs. The SPY's trading 241.74. You got over the March high, 60 million shares versus 149. Bottom line, you're coming into a holiday. I suspect, this baby will either lay flat, go slightly higher tomorrow. It's going to be a very light trading day. The desks are going to basically be gone by noontime. We did 814 million shares out here today. That's in the S&P. We look at the Dow Industrials. Dow Industrials, 21,082. That number is basically trying to get into the 21,169. Today hit 21,112. That's the high of March 1st. What the market did do, what the Dow Industrials did do today is this. The Dow Industrials have had, since March 1st, 4 lower highs, and it still has 3 lower lows. That's the definition of a downtrend. What it did do today is that it got over the last 3 highs. So it's laying right above the high in April, which was 21,070. We're at 21,082. NDX 100, all-time high. NDX 100 trading at a price point of 57.78. It was up $48. And when you go inside the NDX 100, the strength inside the NDX 100 today, you had Ultra Salon up 4.4%. Netflix was up 3.3%. CSX was up 2.7%. And American Airlines was up 2.6%. That being said, guess what? Amazon hit $9.99, folks, up $13. That good old 1,000 number more than likely will get whacked tomorrow. Google is up another $14, $9.69. There's no reason that can't go hit $1,000 tomorrow, too. They're both so close. Well, Amazon's right next to it. Google, $30 on a Memorial Day weekend, pretty easy to hit. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Gold contract held the bid. Bottom line is that, we're pushing with volume here. You're up 260. Not that that's a lot. It's not. Bottom line, though, we did 189,000 contracts. That's basically pushing into the swing with volume. Gold wants to get up into this 1297 area. Silver, same type of setup in silver. Silver, up only 3 cents, but just hanging right at these highs. Where it's anything, as long as silver stays inside the $17 area, you're building cause for higher price. Now, notes and bonds, it's pretty amazing. It's like, okay, why are they continually to press into highs with volume when, in fact, the Fed's saying, okay, they're going to go down, they're going to go up on rates, which should be pushing them down. Just the opposite's occurring. The 10-year today, folks, did 2.3 million contracts. So you are pushing into the swing point that had 1.4 million with 2.3. Your probability is much higher that you are going to bust topside, and it has volume behind the move. 30-year, same setup. The 30-year has done 411,000 contracts today. That's a monster contract day. It's coming into the high out there, which had 303,000 contracts. And we're right into it. The low of the high in the 30-year is 153.15. We're at 153.27. So I expect we're going to go after it. Bottom line, we'll see whether it can take it apart. King dollar. What do we have with King dollar? King dollar just laying at the lows. King dollar right now, 97.145. The low that's out here is the 96,700. This looks like King dollar, wants to go after the $95 to $96 area. The XLE, when oil was getting taken apart out here, folks, the XLE got taken apart. For a low volume market, the XLE blew volume out, did 22 million shares, went from 68 to 66.26, closed out at the low. That is going to go after its swing low from May 4th, which is 65.83. You break that, that would bring be an ABC structure on the way down, bringing it to the $60 area. ExxonMobil, Chevron, they both couldn't handle it. Exxon also came down with volume off that high, $81.75. We did 11 million shares. Chevron also came down with volume. Bottom 5.2 million. You're going into 5.6 million. This is going to be opening up at its lows. XAU in the HUI. XAU today, flat market, 84.07. And if you do take a look at this XAU, what you're going to see is that we rejected lower price out yesterday. It wants to run into this $88 area. Gold Bugs Index, same type of setup inside the Gold Bugs Index. Gold Bugs Index out here, trading down 240 today. Bottom line, though, what you have is that you had rejected lower price yesterday, got down to 190. Bottom line, you're at 193.72. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials are up 70, NASDAQ up 42, S&P's up 11. We're going to be right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow finished up 70, Nasdaq up 42, S&P's up 11.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, as we do each and every Thursday at 20 past the second hour. Don't forget, folks, Basil has an outstanding program right here at TFNN. Every trading day, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. And, of course, don't forget, you get all the programming at TFNN right on your cell phone. You go to TFNN.com in your browser. On the right-hand side, you're going to see a little box. It says Watch Tiger TV. Just hit that. You're going to see Tiger TV come up. It's going to be some great HD quality audio as well as video. Now, as you come over to TFNN, you can test drive Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call. The way you do that, you go to TFNN.com, hit Newsletters, then hit The Opening Call. You can test drive it 30 days absolutely free. Basil Chapman, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
Very good. Thank you.
So, you ready for the kickoff of the summer?
Well, we've had quite a bit of rain, but on those nice days, it's been fabulous. So we'll be there within a few days.
I know. I was just talking to Frank from Gloucester. He was telling me that it hasn't been that great. Well, we're gonna send you up some good weather, man. You know, it's always rough, man, because you get those good weather days up there, and then all of a sudden it just gets gray again. It's like, oh no.
Everyone always thinks summer started when it's the beginning of May, but towards the end of May, the first week of June, we get a lot of rain and it's very cool.
Yeah.
And then the humidity comes right in. Boom.
Oh man. So what are we going to look at today, Basil?
So what I'm showing here are my Dow charts. The left side is the daily, the middle is the weekly, and on the right is the monthly. And what's really fascinating about it is that you spoke about the lower lows and lower highs.
Yes.
And that's from the... If I said to you, how long do you think the Dow has been consolidating? It would be a kind of a mixed picture, because in your mind you've got the NASDAQ goes to new highs, semiconductor goes to... But you know that the Dow has been since the 1st of March.
I know.
At 21,169. This is the 12th week. Now, what's interesting is if you remember, I was showing you the chart last week, and I said there's a potential for this cup to become a second cup, and that's really what we're watching.
Okay.
Before we come back and retest the 20,500s. Well, we tested the 500s last week, ran up. And what's very interesting is that the MACD has it's really slightly improved in the weekly chart. The stochastic is at 78%, under the 80% That so far is showing some internal technical weakness, but price is really the arbiter of a trend. And all I can say is that having broken the 21,070 high, and that was back on the 26th of April, today spiked above it, I have to consider this is what I call a gray leg C. It should go to a D, but because it's underneath the previous high of 21,169, this is where we got to watch it really closely, because there's a chance that the Dow might not make its high if, in fact, a couple of things happen. When we were talking last, I said I'm trying to decide whether or not the Nasdaq has gone to a new high, dragging the S&P, which basically is also, except for the action over the last 2 days, it's really been in a 12-week consolidation as well. It has made a new high, but it's really it's a consolidation. And I'm just trying to decide here whether you're looking at a rotation and that we have to fulfill. The New York Stock Exchange, I think, is only about 25 or something like that, 25 points away from its all-time high. And what's very interesting is that the Dow now, with the high of today of 21,112, is really only 50, 60 points away from an all-time high. So is this a case where the Nasdaq is leading everyone up? And then when everybody makes it to their recovery highs, then we get that rest period. Well, here's the thing that I'm watching very closely. In the monthly chart, the Dow has gone to a leg D, and that's something that we've been talking about for quite a while. It's been there since that March 1st high. I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger here. This chart that I'm expanding is the monthly chart.
Okay.
Now I'm going to add the S&P. Well, the S&P was in leg 6. And then it made leg C, and then it made a peak C. Well, lo and behold, it's just squeaked to a leg D. I always watch this very closely, because the quicker you go from a peak C to a leg D, if that D isn't very strong, if it's just nominal, and then it starts to fade, you've got to be somewhat careful. In the Chapman Wave methodology, one of the objectives is always to get you, I always show this chart, if I can just find it right there, to get you from an identifiable low bar to at least a D, and that's where other things can happen. So that says that I've got to really be watching a lot of aspects here, because while there's a run to the top, it's very selective, it's very rotational. Even the technicals here in the S&P are not really conducive to a brand new leg A. I think this is more like a leg G. So I'm watching this very closely. And if you look at the QQQ series in the monthly chart, this is still leg C. So overall, my longer term, I have to still be very bullish. Shorter term, we still remain short the Dow, and it's been quite a while. We'll see if that's going to hold by tomorrow or the next day. And this is just a very interesting aspect. And one of the it's been kind of difficult in a way, but one of the stocks, so it's actually basically it's an index, the S&P Select Utility Spider Fund.
Okay.
We've had the utilities since the beginning of April, and today it made a recovery high, and that's leg C in the monthly. But look at this very strong move up in the weekly chart, leg E, and a leg C in the daily. And that says to me, it's very interesting, because sometimes bonds and utilities go together and sometimes they don't, because they're different aspects, they're different things, but they have to do with dividends. So I'm watching this real closely, because I think that the TLT, that is the Lehman 20-year T-bond fund, is really going to be a big clue, because if it starts to push into the 125.50s as the 123.20s right now, I would not be surprised if the money starts to flow out of equities into the safety of bonds. So that's really going to be a clue for me.
And that TLT has the high volume high up there.
What, at the 124.98 level right there?
Yeah,
this
on
is
the
18th. Correct. That was a peak F, and we pulled back. And I've got this as a B, and in fact, we are now long the TLT.
Yeah,
but,
it looks like it's doing an ABC up. Yeah.
I think that the weekly chart is going to improve. So this is going to be very important. I think the VIX index, whenever it has been down into the nines, which is not that often, that's been the trigger for a move to the upside. So how the VIX index handles this whole, it's at 9.99 right now. we're going to be watching it very closely because, as I say, every time it's been there, even if it's just been briefly, 3 weeks ago, it hit 9.56? Yeah, 9.56, and then it had that big move up. So I'm watching the VIX very closely here.
And it hit the 9.72 today. So
correct, yeah.
Yeah, pretty intense. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, well, it is. And not only that, it's not like I really want I want the market to go down. I think it needs a breather so that it can move to that next level. If it just goes up straight from here, I'm not sure how it can do it, which stocks will take it. But if it does, that's not going to be a good move. It really needs to have a natural breathing in and out. That's what I like from the markets. We haven't had that. Although we have used 12 weeks in time, I really would like price as well, not just time.
Yeah. I guess you're going to have to tell that to Bitcoin. Bitcoin was $1,000 on April 1st, and it hit $27.98 today and then closed at $2,500.
I had a caller on my show the other day, and it was in the 280s. I said it should hit 300s. Wow,
Unreal. Folks, come over to our website at TFNN, go into newsletters, test drive the open and call, 30 days, absolutely free. Basil, thanks so much. Look forward to the show tomorrow.
Thank you, Tom. Have a great evening.
It's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
TFNN has put together the finest live programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 9 hours a day starting at 8 a.m. as John Logan kicks us off each trading day with the Global Market Pulse. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Mondays and Fridays, catch live trading on the Nadex platform with host Tom and Tommy O'Brien, along with Daryl Martin on the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN, educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go to our man John in Philly. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hey, Tommy, thanks for taking the call. Tommy, I wanted to tell you I appreciate you going through the XLE and the oil price, and to dovetail with that, would you kindly bring up Schlumberger, SLB?
SLB. Let's take a look at the baby.
No, Schlumberger, SLB as in boy.
Yes, yes. Okay. So this hit a low today, $68.94. The high of the last year is 87. You closed out at 69.39. Oh, this is a problem in paradise. Here we go.
My question specifically, we broke to new lows with a huge volume spike here on the daily.
Yep.
I'm wondering if you can go back and look on the weekly back to the week of January 25th, 2016. That was a high-volume rally bar coming off the bottom back then. And my very specific question is, with this break to new lower lows this year, with this volume today, what are the odds that we get down to the bottom of that January 25th, 2016 bar? I think it's down there like 63.
Yeah, so you got we got 59.60 at the low. So you're at 69 now. You broke a B point with volume. So let's see. Your A's $80.89. Your B is 70.22. So you get so you get I'm ballparking. You get $10, which gets you $63, the 1-to-1, and the high of the low is 66, the low is 59. Yeah. So your probability is that you're going to get in there, man. You know, you're going to get into that number. It's pretty wild thinking about it, actually.
Yeah, it sure is. And just to follow one last question on that, please. With that strong rally for those 3 weeks back in January of 16, with that high volume, what do we need to be looking for if we get down to 64.32 on this move? What do we need to be looking for to see if that's a buy when we get there?
What you'd love, and this is where this gets interesting, folks, okay? So you're at 69. Now, I suspect, let's see this. Yeah, there's no way we're going to hit at the end of this. Well, you never know. In this market, we don't know. What I was going to say is that if we could hit it by the 31st, it would be great because it doesn't have the volume. See, the volume on a monthly is 244 million, and you've only done 150. So what you need is that you need to get into that area, and you need a rejection of price. Let me put this on a weekly for a second, see how the weekly is going to set up. So the weekly is going to set up. We've done 31 million. And that's still 59. Yeah, so more than likely, John, what's going to happen is that I suspect that we'll get into it a little bit more tomorrow. We'll maybe get to the top, which is the 66.25. And then you'd have to wait till like after window dressing and see how on a weekly it tests that level. But I can see what you're looking at, because what you have is that if you get that test going and you get a rejection of lower price and you have lighter volume, then you'll probably stay in a consolidation. Because what it's also doing, see how when we came down in January, you had 244 million. That was coming into the prior September of 2011, we had 279 million. And then that was also coming into the downdraft of 2008 that had 491 million. So I always like them when they're laid out like that, too. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just not one level you're coming into. That's 3 separate levels that are kind of laid out at the same, closely to the same price. Let's put it this way. The level from October of 2011 is the same price, so. And then, just line it up with a few of the other oil and gas equities,
Right, very good. Hey, listen, thanks so much for that review, and have a terrific long weekend.
You too, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. What is surprising out here today is this, folks. So picture ahead. Let's go inside the Dow Industrials and look at the strength, because the strength inside the Dow out here today, you had United Health putting 16 positive points, 3M putting 14, Boeing putting 12. More than likely, let me go to United Health for a second. So, yeah, look at this. Okay, so yeah, you want to see something, folks? This is where markets are pretty wild, watching how the whole market shakes out and what it says. So, what the discussion has been going on forever about Obamacare, whether, it's going to be here, whether it's going to be gone, all of the above. Well, if you want to know the facts inside whether, these insurance companies are making money and these health companies are making money hand over fist, just look at United Health. They're not only making money hand over fist. It's been a one-way trade from $23 to $178. Now, they went over their highs today, and they went over their highs today, folks, because the Senate come out today, and the Senate is looking that Senate Republicans are weighing a two-step process to replace Obamacare that would postpone any type of repeal until 2020. Bottom line, I suspect nothing's going to change out here. And for all the talk about the deal hurting companies, well, guess what? If you believe in the stock market and the prices, it's not hurting it at all. In fact, United Health took out a swing point today and took it out with volume. This thing's going higher, man. So, it's... I suspect the way that this is looking, we are in 2017, right? When I saw this thing come across, I thought I was seeing things, actually. Because why would you even announce that you think you're going to push it forward to 2020? 2020 is a long way off. There's no two ways about that. So let's see what they're saying. They're saying, okay, Republicans are in the early stages of private talks on Senate plans, say they may first take action to stabilize premium costs in Obamacare's insurance purchasing exchange in 2018 and 2019. Major insurers have said that they will leave the individual market in vast regions of states, including North Dakota, Iowa, and Missouri. The Senate plan is likely to continue subsidies that help low-income Americans with co-pays and deductibles, said third-ranking Republican John Thorne of South Dakota. White House Budget Director Mick Mulvaney said Thursday that the administration hasn't committed to paying subsidies due in June, which would create additional uncertainty for insurers as they set rates for next year. There clearly has to be a short-term solution that works with the translation until some long-term policy changes can take effect. Thorne told reporters there's got to be certainly in the marketplace. See, what you have happening here, folks, is this, is that let's see. Yeah, he's the third-ranking Republican, and what's going on is that the insurers are telling his state that if you don't give us and tell us what the numbers are going to be, we are withdrawing. And so when push comes to shove, it's going to be, he's saying, hey, you got to give us a number. And the squeeze is on, and it's going to be who blinks first. And I suspect the politicians will blink first, because there it is right there, I don't know what the guy's tune was before this, but as soon as the insurer said, okay, listen, you don't want to give us a number, they have to have the number by June, we're moving. What ends up happening? The market is betting that the number's going to come out, and the administration's going to blink. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Dow Industrials finished up 70, NASDAQ up 42, S&P's up 11.5. We're going to be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien. Welcome back, folks. Let's go over to GM. Now, this is going to be interesting to see where this shakes out, because so the news out here inside GM goes like this. GM was sued for allegedly putting defeat devices in trucks to beat emission tests, making it the 5th car maker to be accused of diesel cheating since Volkswagen admitted in 2015 to flouting pollution rules. Owners and leases of more than 750,000 GM Durex branded diesel trucks filed a class action lawsuit it's this morning, claiming GM installed defeat devices in 2 models of heavy-duty trucks from 2011 to 2016. The 190-page complaint is littered with 83 references to Volkswagen and asserts that the environmental damage caused by each truck could surpass that of the German automaker's vehicles. GM's cheating allowed the trucks to pass U.S. inspections, even while they spewed emissions 2 to 5 times the legal limit under regular driving conditions, according to the complaint filed in Detroit federal court today. Now, when you take a look at this is pretty heavy, folks, because the bottom line, the allegation is pretty intense. The market basically took this thing and took GM when this thing came out, took it from $33.47 down to $32.60. This also broke a swing point of an ABC structure on the way down. Let me pull this back a bit. Yeah, this is trouble. This is trouble. So your next stop on this is $30. You're at 32. We'll see whether it can hold 30. But that is pretty intense, folks. Because I'll show you something. Let me put this up here. So if we put up Volkswagen, and if you want to see when this thing got full-blown, what type of a hit this took, this was pretty incredible. I'm going to show you this in euros. Right now, this trading at 138 euros. This Volkswagen, when the news broke, it was at 262 euros. It goes straight down from 262 to 86 euros. That took 7 months. Bottom line, let's go put GM back up, because what you're going to have out here, if in fact it's the same type of setup, how they got the software and basically tricked the test using the software, this is saying What is game here is the bottom of this consolidation, which is $26. Right now you're at 32. Let's go take a look at the XLF. So the XLE doing an ABC structure on the way down. Financials have been weak, which is pretty amazing in the context of the Federal Reserve, bottom line saying they're going to go up in short-term rates again. So XLF today got to a price point of $23.73, closed near its highs, but no juice whatsoever. We take this and put this on a weekly, and we're in the same consolidation that we have been since December. And what you also have is that last week that was a high volume low, 416 million shares, 22.97. That wants to get hit. Yeah, so I suspect we're going to come back downtown and the financials. Bitcoin, folks, if you own Bitcoin, you really want to figure out what you want to do with it, because this was a parabolic move, went from $939 March 27th, and it hit $27.98 today. Now, it came off that high, and you talk about price spread out here today. We had price spread in Bitcoin today. Let's see, the high was $798. Yeah, this is pretty amazing. You're talking about a $570 price spread in one day. Yeah. Volatility there, it's all there. And this, no doubt, was is a parabolic move. It does, and what happens with parabolic moves, by the way, is this. When they break, you can expect they're going to go down faster than they went up, number one. That's the first part. The second part is more problematic. And what the second part is, it has to do with how they get back topside. You get a parabolic move, you won't go topside for years. That's just how it shakes out. And in that aspect, what I want to do is this, because this is pretty wild what's happening. I want to go up to the Canadian market. The reason being is this. Actually, I'm going to pull up home capital. So I was talking a few weeks ago about home capital and what I thought was going to get laid down real estate-wise between Vancouver and Toronto. And what it has to do with is this. And this is why, folks, you don't want fraudulent transactions in any market. You particularly don't want them in the housing market, because we know what had happened in the United States. Now I'm going to show you what is already happening, and unfortunately there's going to be a lot of people that are going to get hurt. They're going to get hurt big. So Home Capital Group is trading at $9 right now. Okay, we bring this back. We'll take a look at it. So this equity, went from a price point $55 3 years ago, down to $9. In 1 month, it just went from $26 down to $9. And the accusation by their SEC is that, bottom line, is that they were giving loans and they were pushing loans out to folks that shouldn't get the loans, number one. Same type of deal that our liar loans basically got everyone in trouble in 2005, 2006, imploded in 2007. So now watch what happens. When this is happening, that's why I had brought that up, about a month ago, how this was shaken out. What happens in that aspect is this. There's plenty of folks that said, no, that's not going to bother the market in Toronto. Well, it has to bother the market, folks, and this is why. Let's say there's 10 of us, and we're buying, a house. You have a company that is fraudulent and doing fraudulent appraisals and giving money out. What's going to happen? People are going to get the money. They're going to bid up the house when, in fact, they never should have got the money because it was fraudulent in the first place. That being said, what ends up happening is that there's more money chasing, because no one buys houses with cash. After our implosion, funds bought houses with cash, including ourselves, okay? Bottom line, though, that is really not the larger part of the market. Larger part of the market is still your signing, okay? So what ends up happening is that is how the market is getting inflated, and that's what destroys the market. And let me see if I'll get a couple stories here. What has happened in Toronto right now, and this just went the last few weeks, is immediately, folks, okay, all of a sudden, no more buying. The spigot off in 2 seconds flat. What has happened is that people that have signed purchase and sales agreements in the last month, they're lucky if they didn't close. They're losing their deposits. They're walking away. It's happening right now, and it's not going to be pretty. And, you know, a lot of that, I suspect, has to do with fraudulent loans to begin with. You're bidding it up, and then, unfortunately, it implodes. So stay there, folks. We'll come right back. And, of course, we got our man, Mr. Andy Heck, coming up 5 to 6. And don't forget, you can get us right on your cell phone, TFNN.com. Hit Tiger TV. And I'll be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. With over $56 million in cash and over $66 million in working capital, Great Panther Silver is positioned as a company with a solid foundation and poised for growth. While completely unhedged to the price of silver, Great Panther retains 100% ownership in 2 producing mines in Mexico, which is the top silver-producing country in the world, along with future potential production in Peru. Great Panther is highly leveraged to the price of silver, and after a great year of performance in 2016, Great Panther Silver has a strong outlook for 2017 as well. With good liquidity in trading and strong fundamentals on the balance sheet, while remaining completely unhedged to the price of gold and silver, now is a perfect time to take a closer look at this equity. If you'd like to find out more about Great Panther Silver, then go to greatpanther.com or check them out on the NYSE market, symbol GPL, or the TSX, symbol GPR.
Join Andy Hecht as he shows you how to make money in commodities. The Commodities Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. And here's some numbers. Here's some Toronto numbers if you want to see how things implode, and they implode quick. Okay, now this is from 2 weeks ago. Home prices growth in Toronto slowed in the first 2 weeks of May. Sales fell 16% from last year. The average selling price of all homes was $658 US through May 14th. Now that's up 17% from last year, down 3.3% from April. But watch these numbers. These are the numbers that, you start tweaking these numbers, and this is a big problem. So you had the amount of listings, folks, in the first 2 weeks of May went up 47%. Okay? They went up from to 12,626 houses got put in the market. And just figure that. Normally it's 6,000. Now, the sales on that, talk about supply and demand, the normal sales fell to 5,000. When you have something like that happen, bottom line is that the avalanche is out there. Everyone that, hasn't put their house on the market, all of a sudden they realize that, oh my God, it's going to go down 10, 20%. And of course, if you just bought that recently in the last year, you're going to be underwater. And if you're in a situation, the bottom line is that what ends up happening, then it's a race to the bottom. People cut their prices. They cut them very quickly. And whoever cuts the price quickly, it is what it is. Some people are going to think they get a deal on a quicker price. Guess what? You want to cut the price, cut it as fast as you can. If you go over to one of our builders, Lennar was so smart. I watched when they did this deal. And when our housing was busting, folks, okay, what Lennar did, they were one of the largest owners of land. They took the hit, and they took the hit at the very beginning of the downdraft. They sold huge swaths of land, and guess what? Everyone thought it was a deal at that particular point. The buyer on the other side, well, it wasn't a deal. We continued lower for quite some time, for 2 or 3 years. They took the hit, and guess what? What ended up happening? Lennar came out of it quicker. Why? Because at the bottom, when they felt it was the bottom, Lennar turned around, bought back some of the land that they actually sold and bought it back at pennies on the dollar. Bottom line is that when something goes south, you got to get out as fast as you can. And that's what, inside the marketplace, of course, that's what stops are all about. In the Lennar's case, I'm sure that they're still basically just, amazed themselves that they actually did it. Not that they did it. That had to be a hard hit at the beginning. It was a hard hit because it was a huge loss at the beginning, but not as much as it could have been. And then what also did happen with our housings is that because they had made so much money prior to that, the way that those companies actually stayed alive is that they could go back 3 years, and then they made a law that you could actually go back either 4 or 5 years and recapture the amount of taxes that were paid. And in Lennar case, Toll Brothers case, they were billions of dollars. So what ends up happening is that, you paid taxes in the years coming up to it, whether 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guess what? They got all that money back. Monster checks coming in. That kept them alive and kept them going. So if you are up in Toronto, folks, and thinking of selling your house, be fast. Be fast, be quick, and be all of that. Because the acceleration in that market was absolutely phenomenal, and so was Vancouver. When I was up in Toronto, I was up there about 2 months ago, and I could see it. There wasn't a bar that you would go to and have a beer that people weren't talking real estate. I mean, it was just everywhere with good right. The last few months, however, that before this thing starts going south, it was actually going up to the tune of 10 to 12% per month. That's how amazing it was. You stay right there, man. Mr. Andy Heck's going to be coming back, growling and prowling with you. And always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Look forward to speaking to you right back here tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. Go get them, folks.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.